4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden, of thumping our chest and pretending that the President of the United States' words mattered more than the President of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now the President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact line?
2015.
2014
2014.
and 2015.
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
That's exactly
but,
right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, yeah, the situation the same. The people are been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. Ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed with him with gas contract. Gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the President for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems, even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You
God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly
Remember
what
this.
you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influenced.
We're going to feel very good and very
You
strong.
will feel influenced.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the
cards.
cards right now. With us, you start having
not playing cards.
Right now, you don't.
I'm very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think
You're
you-
gambling with World War III.
what you're
You're
speaking
gambling
about?
with
What you're
World
speaking
War
about?
III. And
You-
what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country.
I'm
That's
with
back
all
to you.
respect to your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said
very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once? This
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of
you're
America
speaking about.
and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can...
not speaking loudly. He's not
Yeah.
speaking loudly. Your country's
Can I-
in big
can I-
trouble.
can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No.
Can
You've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not
I
winning.
know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn
We-
good chance of
we are
coming out
staying.
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, We are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment,
You
and you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about
If you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
you invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak-
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3
okay?
days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I
Again,
tell you.
just say thank you.
I said a lot of
accept
times
that
thank
there,
you
accept
to
that-
American people.
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's
I
very
understand.
important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the
I'm
cards.
thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
tell you
You're
again,
running
I
low
know.
on soldiers.
Don't-
Listen,
don't please,
you're running
Mr.
low
President.
on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And then
President.
then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look. If you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're
I
saying
said-
you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
with guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't
doesn't
with
matter
me.
for you what-
that
what
wasn't
is-
with me.
It
That was
wasn't
with
with you.
a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person.
This
That
is
was
your,
with,
this
that was
is
with
your
Obama.
president. It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a tough deal to make,
Um,
because the attitudes have to change.
what if Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia breaks peace talks? What do you do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
What are you
but
saying?
what
She's
if
asking, what if Russia
Putin
breaks the
breaks
ceasefire?
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now?
But they have
Okay?
Why don't you wear a suit? Why don't you wear a suit? You're at the highest level in this country's office, and you refuse to wear a suit. Just want to see if you do you own a suit?
Yeah, you have problems.
A lot of Americans have problems with you not
Really?
respecting.
I don't
the
have
authority of
such.
this office.
I will wear costume after this war will finish.
Okay.
Yes, maybe one.
Maybe something like this?
something like
Yes,
yours.
sir.
Yes.
That'd be great.
Maybe something better. I don't know. We will see. Maybe something cheaper than yeah. Thank you. Thank you for.
Yo, what's happening, family? Hope all is well. Look, did y'all check out the meeting between President Zelenskyy of Ukraine and Vice President JD Vance and President Donald Trump? Here's the thing. The initial meeting was to hopefully leave out by making a deal involving minerals and a partnership amongst Ukraine and the United States. Of course, as Zelenskyy has been before, like everybody else, will speak. Will not hold anything back on their personal thoughts and opinions when it regards the way stuff had been occurring, right? So, for one, he already comes out there being respectful. Right? Hello, Mr. President, all that good stuff. Then, all of a sudden, you have an attack dog that starts up some crap. That being Vice President JD Vance. JD Vance is the one that interrogates this man with multiple questions, okay? I'm talking like over 5, it felt like 10 questions. And even Zelenskyy said, okay, I'm going to answer the first one because there was a lot that was said there. And then, all of a sudden, Trump intervenes and is 2 against 1, attacking Zelenskyy, not letting him get a word out. And then, of course, Donald Trump saying, oh, you said a lot right there. You said a lot, which he hasn't. Here's my thing, y'all. What was said is that you should be very grateful. You should be very thankful. And you don't seem like you're thankful. You need to think. y'all, what is it? What is it with this guy? What is it with JD Vance? Because guess what? They started it. They started the whole issue and conflict in the back and forth, Why? Because they know, they knew they had all lights and cameras were facing them and on them, so they wanted to give the folks a show. But it wasn't. It was extremely disrespectful, because when it comes to building relationships with other foreign leaders, you want to have that, that respect, right? Which Zelenskyy had been showing since day one. Now, you have this other, excuse my French, but this ass clown of a reporter that asked Zelenskyy, hey, why don't you wear a suit? Show some respect for the office. Why don't you wear a suit? Here's the funny thing. So this is reported by The Hill. Apparently, this was a conservative reporter, a conservative commentator from Real America's Voice. I'm not going to, entertain the gentleman's name, but he goes out and he asked that question, which, let's be honest, Real America's Voice was literally made a career off of being the puppet of Donald J. Trump. There's folks who, and I've had this conversation on my show with people from the right. There's individuals that made a career off of being I don't know, rubbing shoulders or always being that praiser, that butt kisser to President Trump, right? There's folks that started their career because they're saying, hey, look, I'm endorsed by Trump. Trump said he likes my show, so obviously I need to, take that, and that's going to grow me to a huge career. You have news networks who had said, look, ever since Trump used the phrase fake news, they're like, oh, this is our chance to really grow into something really big. And so that's what we're doing here now. So Real America's Voice is a far right-leaning network that is one of the media outlets that is allowed in the press room. Why? Because, again, they kiss the ring. They bend the knee. All they do is just praise. And so you have this gentleman who asks him the question, why don't you wear a suit? You're in the highest level of this country's office and you refuse to wear a suit. I just want to see, do you own a suit? Disrespectful question to ask a foreign official. First of all, when you're 24/7 watching your back, and you're literally in an active war, sometimes I'm pretty sure suits is the least thing that he wants to be wearing. All right. 2, why don't you ask that to Elon Musk, who comes in wearing a t-shirt, baseball cap, and a blazer? All right. Sometimes he doesn't even come in with a suit on. So why don't you ask that same exact question to him? No? Okay, then. So, once again, hypocrites. And then it's interesting how Republican leaders think that Trump and JD Vance were the ones being attacked after you clear as day see who started the back and forth. I mean, it's just, it's interesting. It is very interesting because, see, when Zelenskyy starts talking about his enemy, who Trump loves, and we all know who that is, then, it's fine. It's offensive. It's this, it's that. And it's child play. But you know what? I think there's a lot of foreign leaders that's going to be uniting with Ukraine, especially after that had occurred, because the president of Ukraine, Zelenskyy, and Trump in the United States, it was supposed to be like an all-day event. That obviously was cut short after that back and forth. And of course, being a class act that he is, the president of Ukraine left out still saying, hey, look, they're our allies. We still, respect them, respect the office, and I respect America. He rarely said the president, but you know what he was trying to say. So, y'all, we just got to keep this world in prayer. That's the main thing. We have to keep this world in prayer. All right. Look, I'll talk a little more about it on the show. Be sure to tune into the Arrington Gavin show Monday through Fridays, all right? Weekdays, Monday through Fridays, available on YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. You can download the iHeartRadio app, or you can also download GOATverse TV app, because we are a part of the GOATverse TV network. So that is available for free, no hidden fees, none of that stuff. It's available on the App Store, Google Play Store, as well as on Roku and Amazon Fire. So be sure to support the Arrington Gavin show. Peace and blessings. I'll talk to you soon, my friends. Talk a little more about this chaos, this clown show that occurred over the week. Y'all take care. Peace and blessings.